Hello lads and lassies and welcome back to my channel. It's Mr. Mayhem. Today we'll be going over what I watched for the month of March 2024. The month isn't over yet, so the camera and stuff will change, but I'm just going to get everything out of the way now because I know, I'm not watching much more this month. But before we get into this, if you do enjoy this, remember to like, drop a comment, subscribe for more. You can support me on Patreon, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description. So on the 1st, I watched Dune Part 2. Saw it in IMAX. It was incredible. Now, the first time I saw it, I didn't love it. I really liked it, but I didn't love it. My main issues with it were some of the stuff at the start seemed a bit rushed, and that was about it. And the ending kind of just ends, but that's how it is in the book. I give it a 4. Then on the 8th, I rewatched the first Dune. Still love that film. The Atmos track is incredible. It looks gorgeous. It's a 5. Then on the 9th, I saw Dune Part 2 again with my girlfriend, and I loved it. I still have issues with stuff not being fully fleshed out, but I don't care anymore. I love Dune Part 2 and Dune Part 1. They are incredible. 5 stars. If you've not seen it, go and see it. It's amazing. Austin Butler is fantastic. Everyone is fantastic. The action is insane. The score, it's a technically perfect film to me. That's a 5. And then on the 15th, I rewatched Chernobyl. And it's one of my favourite series. I watched the 4K for the first time. The 4K is pretty decent. The show itself is just magnificent, tremendous. One of the best miniseries, one of the best pieces of media ever made, in my opinion. One of my favourites. It's just incredible. It's a 5. Then on the 16th, I rewatched Violent Night for the first time in a little while. I love that film. I think it's great. I watched the 4K. The 4K is fine. It's not amazing, but it's not awful. It's just fine. 4.5. Then I watched American Fiction with Callum. We did a secret screening where one of us puts a film on and then we just press play and the other one figures it out. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was hilarious. It was quite heartfelt. It's great. It's very, very good. 4.5. Then on the 17th, I rewatched Dune Part 2 again with Callum because he just impulsively was like, do you just want to go see it again? I was like, yeah. And I still love it. It's a 5. Incredible. Then in the evening, I rewatched Kung Fu Panda for the first time in 2 years with my girlfriend because we're seeing 4, which I've not seen yet at the time of recording. Kung Fu Panda 1 is just a childhood favourite. It's fantastic. It's a 5. Then on the 21st, Callum messaged me at 4 o'clock at night. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon was like, I'm working, but do you want to see Dune Part 2 in 4DX because there's no more showings after tonight? And I was like, hell yes. So I quickly rewatched Part 1 and then went to see Part 2 in 4DX. I love Part 1, it's a 5. Part 2 in 4DX was rough. This worm ride, the initial worm ride where Paul learns to ride a worm, it was brutal, but it was awesome. 5 stars, obviously. Then, on the 22nd, I watched Roadhouse, the new one. And I loved it. I'm not going to apologise. It's cheesy, it's goofy, it's violent, it's fun. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was funny. It was great. 4.5. Then I watched Polytechnique when I go home. Very different subject. It's a good film. It's shot gorgeously. It's a very tough watch, but it is very, very good. Denis Villeneuve's first film. It's a 4. Then on the 23rd, I rewatched Roadhouse again with my dad. Still love it. It's now a 5. And then on the 24th, I rewatched Kung Fu Panda 2. And I never saw this one in cinemas, but I had seen it before and it slaps. It's better than the second one. The first one, sorry. It's just absolutely fantastic. That final fight where everyone comes to help is just chef's kiss. Beautiful. 5 stars. Then I rewatched Roadhouse again with my girlfriend and I loved it again. 5 stars. I don't tend to rewatch films in close proximity unless I really love them, and that's a big exception. Then on the 29th, I watched Kung Fu Panda 3, rewatched it. I remembered not liking it, but then when I watched it, I didn't remember anything about it. And I really, really enjoyed it. I think it's quite underrated. The tone is quite different, but I do enjoy it. It was a 4. And then the last thing I saw, which was this evening, was Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. I've been hyped for this film for ages, and I loved it. It was silly. It was so much fun. I loved it. And yeah, it was just fantastic. I loved it. 5 stars. I'm seeing a couple other films, so this isn't the end of the video, but I'll leave it to future me to deal with that.
Okay, hello, future me here, or past me for you still. It's currently the 2nd of April, and we're going to go over the last few things. So, On the 30th, I went to an unlimited screening, which is like an early screening of Dev Patel's directorial debut, Monkey Man. It was very good. The middle's a bit slow, but the start and the end are fantastic. The action is incredible. A great, great debut by him. 4 stars. Then on the 31st, I saw Kung Fu Panda 4. It wasn't very good. It was very unnecessary. The villain was just so generic. Just taking all the old villains just to make a new one was not good. The animation to me felt extremely bland. I was bored for a lot of it. It was nice seeing Poe in that, but honestly, it's just unnecessary. It wasn't worth it for me. 2.5. It'd probably be a 2. I don't know. It is the definition of just mid. And then I rewatched Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. I still love that film. It's still a 5. It's so stupid. It's great. And then I had an awful audience experience. That was my girlfriend. So basically, we were sat at the top of the stairs, the last row at the back in the corner. And there was this couple on the stairs. So if you sit down, there's nothing in front of you. It's just the stairs. And for the whole first half of the film, they were just talking and on their phones, and I was getting annoyed. And I never confront people, and I also never... I mean, I do sometimes, speak to staff, but I never confront people. This is the first time I did this. So I just went up to them, and I politely said, could you please get off your phones and stop talking? You're in a movie theater. You're not meant to be doing that. And then the girl just said, okay. And then the guy was just like, who are you? Who are you? And I was like, you're being very inconsiderate. You're being rude. And then he was like, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Stop yelling at me. And I wasn't. I was just... My voice was a little bit higher because the movie was loud and I was making sure they could hear me. And then I was like, I'm not yelling. And then the guy just said, okay, just fuck off. Just go away. I don't care who you are. Just fuck off. And I was like, okay, fine. So I went and spoke to staff and we moved down to the front. But it just really pissed me off. I just don't get it. Why do you... And if you're one of these people, fuck you. I hate you. You are the definition of just... I just don't understand why you would do that. You go to a cinema to sit down and watch a film. You don't go there to sit down, text, and talk. Okay, if the cinema's empty and it's just you, that's fine. If it's just you and everyone else is far away, that's fine. But you need to just not fucking talk and be on your phones. I just do not get it. People like you are fucking ruining the cinema experience for everyone else. It is just really disgusting behavior. You're fucking adults. Grow up. But yeah, that kind of fucking annoyed me, so... Yeah, if you're one of those people, fuck you, I hate you, burn in hell. But yeah, I love the film, it's fantastic, 5 stars. Then, in the evening, I watched a film called My Son. It's a remake of a French film, I believe, with James McAvoy. I thought it was good. A lot of people didn't really like it, but I thought it was good because the whole gimmick is that James McAvoy doesn't know, any of the twists or anything coming, so all his reactions are genuine, and it does work. He does do a really good job of that, and I thought it was pretty good. There are some weird, what's the word? Unanswered plot threads, but it was pretty good. 3.5. I really enjoyed it. And that's what I watched this month. This month's been a fucking banger for films, honestly. We got so many good ones. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you do enjoy this, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe for more. You can support me on Patreon. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.